Brian with Walnut Farm Bees, just wrapping up for this year our discussion of the Bee Bites protein and probiotics bars from Strong Microbials versus the Hive pollen patties on those new colonies. So bottom line is, if I have a production colony, I still, as I always have, leaned this way. My personal preference is a large honey production colony probably doesn't need any kind of pollen patty or protein bar type of thing at all in the fall. But our small nukes, as they're getting ready for winter, especially the ones that have been making queens, certainly benefited from this. When I compared the 40 colonies that were split between the Bee Bites and the Hive Alive pollen patties to the other 20 some colonies that had not had those in late August and September, there's a big difference in terms of strength of colony. So we still have to see in the spring. We'll see how many out of those groups make it through the winter and see if there may be any connection to that. But beyond that, I would say both products seem to be good. If you have a weaker colony, the pollen patties from Hive Alive, of course, could be more likely to attract small hive beetles to lay eggs in there and produce larvae. I did find that when I use these new trivets from Bee Smart, which raises the pollen patty, they are less likely to lay hive beetles eggs in there because the bees can get underneath and can access all parts of the patty. And the Bee Bites were less likely, as the company claims, to have hive beetles laying eggs in there. However, they're not hive beetle proof. I had a weak colony where I did see them laying eggs in the Bee Bite. And I also think some of that might have to do with the rate of consumption. They're much smaller than a pollen patty, and the bees consume them quickly. So there might be something to be said with that as being for a small nuke or something like that you're trying to build up for winter. The probiotics certainly would not hurt, and the protein aspect of it might be helpful to that young colony as well. If it's a strong colony and you're just looking for probiotics, probably just the straight powder probiotics from Strong Microbials would be a better choice for that. And speaking of hive beetles, we have all kinds of hive beetle stuff right now. It's that time of year where you're kind of winding down on your options for getting rid of them. You can go with something like a trap on the bottom with some sort of bait, like diatomaceous earth mixed with some protein in there. There, of course, are the Swiffer sheets, which I find only work well when you have a really, really, really bad problem. A company in Texas makes this container to hold the Swiffer sheet so it doesn't get dragged down through the colony. Tested some of these out. I don't know that I'm overly impressed, but I've never been overly impressed with Swiffer sheets either. So, the old standby, which I find works about the best, is about a third full of oil in a trap like this, up at the top near the edge, so the bees can push the beetles up and they'll go in the trap. A baited oil, there's lots of recipes online. There's even some baited oil. There's a brand that sells hive beetle oil. Can't remember the brand, but I have tried that and that works well also. So this seems to catch just about as many. And if you can reduce them at this time of year, you have a much better chance for reducing them pretty much completely over the winter. But once you get into November, if you have hive beetles, it's going to be really hard to reduce them. There's not as much movement. Bees are not pushing them up as much as they would maybe this time of year. So we'll follow up on the Bee Bites and Hive Alive patty colonies in the spring, with stopping the feeding of it for now. I think those bees that are raising the winter bees all had a good healthy dose of all of that, so and it definitely helped the colony size, so we will see how that goes.